Operating the machine. First, plug in the power cord. Press the start button. The handles are now in recognition mode. Do not touch the screen at this time. With the beeping sound, the handles change from fast flashing to this breathing light. Now all handles are successfully recognized. Only then can we tap the screen. Tap the screen to enter the operation interface. Alright, let's look at these status indicators. This is a steady light. This is the breathing light mode. This means it's already working, and this is standby mode. These lights indicate the recognition status. When starting up, they flash rapidly. That means recognition is in progress. We cannot operate the screen then. When entering the freezing operation, first, let's look at the handles. This is handle 1. This is handle 2. Here is handle 3, and this is handle 3. This one is handle 4. They have corresponding numbers below. Each handle has a corresponding gas adjustment valve, valve 1, valve 2, valve 3, and valve 4. Each handle also has its own filter. Here are filter 1, filter 2, filter for handle 3, and filter for handle 4. What is the purpose of this filter? It's for the antifreeze membrane. The antifreeze liquid, when it flows into the tubes, to protect the machine, this filter traps it. This is the second layer of protection. When about 1/3 of it is filled with liquid, unscrew the cup counterclockwise to clean it. Promptly wash out the liquid inside. This protects the internal solenoid valve. If not cleaned, the liquid will flow into the machine. Note the black sealing ring. It must be seated properly inside. After that, we then screw the filter clockwise. Do not over-tighten it. Tighten it just enough to prevent leaks. However, if not properly installed, or if the seal is faulty, it will leak. This is an important note. Now, let's begin the interface operation guide. We tap to start the freezing operation. When operating this interface, first, to operate the freezing interface, you must first enter the function settings. For freezing function settings, tap to enter and this screen appears. Here you can configure handle 1, 2, 3, and 4 separately. The upward arrow is for suction. The downward arrow is for release. It's a cycle of suction and release. This adjusts the moistening rate. This is the cycle count. The default selection is 1. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. What does this cycle operation mean? It means that all 4 steps are completed. That constitutes one cycle step. Its working principle is to start from the first step. Then proceed to the second step, followed by the third and fourth steps. For the first step, the time and temperature. Similarly for the second, third, and fourth steps, the time and temperature, we can set them separately. After it completes the work from start to finish. 5 minutes plus 5 minutes plus 5 minutes plus 5 minutes equals 20 minutes. Completing 20 minutes of work counts as one cycle. Thus, the operation is completed. Now, regarding the inhalation. We have it set to 3.07 by default. The exhalation is set to 1.2. We click on this area. When it flashes blue and white, adjustments can be made. The minimum is 0.5 seconds. The maximum is 9.0 seconds. The default setting is 3.00. This is for exhalation. The minimum is 0.2. The maximum is 4.0. We have it set to 1.2 by default. This is a relatively comfortable time interval. The maximum time for this step is 20 minutes. The minimum is 1 minute. In other words, the maximum total time for these 4 steps is 80 minutes. However, we usually operate for 20 minutes by default. Okay, by default, each step is set to 5 minutes. Now, regarding the temperature. The maximum value for freezing is -10 degrees. It can also perform thermal fat dissolution. The maximum for thermal fat dissolution is 45 degrees. The highest temperature is 45 degrees. Under normal circumstances, when we don't perform thermal fat dissolution, we should not operate at such high temperatures. For the first step, it's recommended to start at 0 degrees, to avoid frostbite. First step, 0 degrees. Second step, -2 degrees. Third step, -4 degrees. Fourth step, 0 degrees. This means there is a soothing phase. First, soothe, then begin the freezing operation, and finally soothe again. So, after setting these parameters, we configure the parameters for handle 2, handle 3, and handle 4 separately. Then, we return to the main interface. Enter the freezing section. Here, the parameters are synchronized with what we just set. This is handle 1. It's in the first step. The time is 5 minutes. Temperature, inhalation, exhalation, cycle count. We can click to start work. Then the machine starts working. All handles enter the mattress state. Now, on this handle, let's take a look. Now, this is the time. This is the temperature. This is suction, and this is release. This is for adjusting the values up or down. Note that, here is handle number 1. This is handle number 3. This is handle number 4. And this is handle number 2. So for our first product, I can also pause or start it here, or I can do it here as well. Now, each handle's interface is adjustable. We can click on its position to adjust the values up or down. However, the default settings are based on the default parameters set in the backend. Other settings generally don't need adjustment. Alright. Now, the operational status. These positions will display our current step. When the first step is complete, the number will jump to 2, indicating we are now operating with the parameters for step 2. Let's see a demonstration. Alright, handle number 3 has now entered step 2. The operating temperature is -25 minutes, suction 3.0, release 1.0. This is handle number 3. After these 5 minutes are up, it will automatically jump from here, which is step 2, to step 3 after the 5 minutes are complete. Regarding the suction, it only adjusts the duration of suction and release. We need to pay attention to this. The adjustment behind this is for the intensity level, meaning the strength of the suction is controlled by this adjustment valve. Turning it counterclockwise decreases the intensity, while turning it clockwise increases it to the maximum. So during operation, if the client has more tissue, we can turn it to the maximum. If it feels too tight, we can slowly loosen it a bit, adjusting this knob based on the client's comfort. Alright, this concludes our introduction to the cryotherapy operation. When we want to use the chin applicator handle, the head of this chin applicator handle can be swapped with any other connector for operation. When doing this, we must first power off the interface. After powering off, remove whichever handle connector you want to replace, and then attach the chin applicator handle. Alright, then we power it back on. We must wait until it has fully re-recognized everything, before we can click on the screen to operate. At this point, our chin applicator handle will be recognized as handle number 1. In other words, this handle, as handle number 1, is now the chin applicator handle.